We'll ask Coach Crean to make an opening statement, then go to questions for the three students. Coach.
Well, we've had a really good week of preparing. Our guys are getting healthier. I think that's one of the biggest things for us. We have a lot of energy. They've got just a tremendous spirit and tenacity, and you can see it in practice. We can see it in the games. I think we're a product of going through so many different things this season that when you get into a situation like this in the tournament, because of the way the season started with a game like Kansas or the really great wins that we've had or some of the tough losses that we've had, it just forges something. And so that's what I think they've done. And they just keep getting better. And we obviously had a great second half. And we were right where we needed to be in the first half, but we came out, and I want to give Rob Judson credit for the idea to go to the press early, to get us really moving in the second half, and that really helped us sustain our energy and build it and take it to another place. And we were completely ready to play because of our great respect for Iowa, especially in the fact that we just played them. And they played very well. We had some great moments in that game, but we also had some very poor moments in that game, and we wanted to overcome that. And proud of, obviously, these guys and their teammates, guys like Curtis Jones that came in and played well, Devontae Green, Freddie McSwain in the second half. Our young guys are getting better as well as some of our I don't have very many older guys. But as far as our juniors and sophomores, obviously their improvement, but so are our freshmen. So great win for us. We're excited to play tomorrow.
Questions for the three students? Raise your hand. I'll get the mic to you, please. Start here on the aisle.
Juwan, you held a first-team Big Ten to no points in the first 13 minutes. What was your strategy, and how do you lock them down? And locking down Peter, he didn't score his first points until 7 minutes left in the first half.
Like Coach Crean said, we just have to give all the credit to Coach Judson and just all the film he showed us and all the tendencies. We just had to execute the game plan that he gave to us, and we went out and we were all connected. And when he got away from me, a teammate was there to step up. I remember specifically Devontae switched on to him, and then he held his own with him, and it just all five of us were guarding all five of them.
Here on the right.
If I could ask James and just one of the other players, a heck of a performance today. You play Wisconsin tomorrow. Both your games against them were very close. Obviously, you don't have a lot of time, but what can you do or do you have to do to prepare to get ready for them tomorrow?
Well, we know they're a great team, one of the top teams in our conference, so we just got to carry out what we see in the film room and what our coaching staff gives to us, just like we did tonight, really, and take it one game at a time.
Duran, would you add to that, please?
Yeah, just like James said, and, just make sure we're well rested, get off our feet. We've all been pretty healthy, so, just continue to grow as a team and, get ready for tomorrow.
Stay here on the right.
Duran, you didn't miss a shot tonight. What was really working for you?
Just playing, just being aggressive, playing low. Me and Coach Crean had, countless talks about me being low, and, that obviously works for me. And, just being active on the defensive end, and defense really works for us. So, being active on the defensive end leads to easy buckets on the offensive end.
Stay here on the right.
James, when you're in a zone like that, does anything go through your head besides, kind of like catch and shoot? I know you were very intense out there. Is there no thought process? You're just kind of in a zone where you're playing the game?
Really, it was just locking in on the defensive end, and that's what I think got me going. And then, like you said, once I get in the zone, it's just try to take good shots and whatever's open and be aggressive with it.
Over here to Mike.
Yeah, James, what Coach said a couple of minutes ago about the experiences this year forging something in this team. From a player's perspective, can you feel that? Is something different now that you can sense?
Definitely. Like Duran said, we're all getting more healthy. I feel like this is the healthiest we've been, and we know we can be a dangerous team when we're clicking like that, and we're all playing together.
Any other questions for the students? All right, thanks, fellas. You may return to the locker room. Good luck tomorrow. We'll take questions for Coach Crean.
Good job. I didn't realize you didn't miss a shot. I didn't even realize that.
Right here in the aisle.
Tom, I know you
About getting started with defense, but you've also talked so much this season about what your team would look like when those shots just went down, that you felt like you were getting good looks, your offense was creating good looks, they just weren't falling. These last 2 games, it seems like those really have started to fall, and that maybe there's just kind of a team-wide confidence that's forming. Is that fair?
Absolutely, absolutely. But I think it starts on the defensive end. But we're making shots that we have at times missed this year. But it was never a question that we were not a good shooting team. It's a matter of making sure that the ball is moving, and whether it's sets, concepts, free-flowing, whatever it is, the break, the shot clock, everything in between, as long as the ball is moving and we're ready to shoot, we're playing through the paint or the post, those are when good things happen. And but again, it all starts on the defensive end.
Here on the right.
Coach, heck of a performance today. If I could ask you what I asked the players, what do you have to do for Wisconsin, and what can you take from the 2 previous contests, obviously both very close, to get ready for the game tomorrow?
Well, they're the most experienced team in the country, and that's not by accident that they're so good. They play well together. They can shoot, they can post, they can rebound. They do a tremendous job of making it hard for you to find those gaps in their defense. So we'll go back to the film, and I know the coaches are already prepared. Our coaches did such a great job. And we mentioned Coach Judson, but the work that Chuck Martin has done, and it's constant, but especially this week, with the focus with the guards, what Tim Buckley did with Thomas Bryan and Deron Davis is just fantastic. And we have such a great group of people that are coaching these guys. It's not only an honor to work with them, it's an inspiration. And so I say that because we'll get prepared for this game, and our coaches will have a lot of insights. We've already, discussed it as a group, and we'll get back and start discussing it as a team tonight.
Got one on the aisle here on the left side.
Coach, this is your first conference tournament outside of Chicago or Indianapolis. What adjustments?
Well, it's my first one at Indiana. Yeah. So
What adjustments in preparation did you make in comparison to years past?
Nothing. No, nothing. I mean, it's been in the arena before at Indiana, been in the arena before when I was at Marquette. I think you can make, I think the bottom line is when you make the lights brighter than what they really are, that's when you run into problems. And our guys have played under some bright lights all year, going back to the beginning of the season in Honolulu against Kansas. So the biggest thing is to play the way that you play, and not try to create or reinvent things, not try to get out of the mode of what helps you win. And I think our guys have been down enough roads this year to learn that, what helps us win and what causes us to lose. And the bottom line is to play to our strengths the best that we can, and keep it as simple as we possibly can. And I think our guys have done that.
Over here on the right.
Curtis gave you guys a real boost off the bench tonight, especially in the first half. Seemed like you went to him a little earlier than normal tonight. What was the motivation behind that?
Well, he's earned it, and I didn't play him the other day, and I felt bad about that because he'd earned it there too. But we just got some hot hands in some other areas. But part of it was Josh with the fouls, and we played time and score. Risk versus reward as long as we could with Josh in the first half. I'm not a steadfast believer in sitting a guy with 2 fouls. But if you don't need to put him in and you've got a long game, you got to balance that. And I thought Curtis went in and did a very good job. I'm not surprised. And he's worked extremely hard. Again, he's a great example of our program, what happens year after year. The young guys continue to get better and better. And that he's part of that, as is Devontae, as is Deron, as is Freddie. Actually, Grant Galen, too. I mean, our guys at times, they cannot guard him in practice with the way that he makes shots. And so, I'm proud of the way they're all working, and it's just an honor to coach them, and it's a joy to work with them every day.
Got time for a couple more. We'll go on the right side first.
Coach, it seemed like your biggest fist pump of the night was with about 5 minutes left.
The biggest what?
Biggest fist pump of the night. There was about 5 minutes left. You guys are up 25, and you guys are diving for loose balls as they're going out of bounds. Obviously, if you're going to make 60% of your shots, I think talent's going to win out. What's your secret for hustle? Is it something you coach? Is it something internal that you have to bring out of the player?
Well, toughness is a talent, just like hustle is. I've always believed that. And it comes from being ready. It comes from being alert. And we knew we were playing a very tough team. And so I think that's the bottom line. But I was proud of their effort. And they had a contagious energy on the defensive end with one another that led to even better offense for us. So I'm fairly subdued most times, and tonight that was one area that I was excited about.
We've got 2 on this side to wrap it up. Start right here.
Coach, James had 23 on only 9 shots, and he didn't have a big first half. It seems like that's a sign of maturity for him, just to be patient and let the game come to him.
Absolutely, and I thought his defense even got better in the second half, and so that was key. And he was aggressive, and he was down and active. And again, when the ball is moving, and I thought what James did better in the second half, even than the first, was he cut and he moved without the ball, and he was getting from one side to the other. And when he does that, whether it's off a screen, which is a little more set, but when it's just moving without the ball and getting into the open gaps and then separating off the dribble a little bit, and he could have done an even better job of that. We'll be able to show him some of that on the film, but again, he's a byproduct of what they all are. The defense was there, our rebounding was there. We weren't putting them at the foul line, and the bottom line is we were able to carry that into the offensive end and really move well without the ball, and the ball moved accordingly.
Last one.
Hey, Tom. Talk about the right over here. Talk about the 2 players from the state of Virginia. You recruited. Talk about about their working on.
Rob has. I think he's got every member of his family is here tonight with him, which is fantastic. And it's great to see those guys come back and play. We love this area. We love recruiting this area. I mean, Troy would have been here if Troy was with us. He just got signed by Houston. Curtis being back in that area. I mean, obviously, Victor opened up a lot of doors there when we recruited him. So it's fantastic. That's one of the beauties of the Big Ten now, that I think it was a great move for them to decide to come out here. And I mean, it's a national conference, and it's a wonderful building. I mean, it's first class all the way. It's a great city. I mean, we're right downtown, right in the heart of it. It's fantastic. So it's fun for the players to be able to come back into this environment. It's fun for the players that maybe aren't from here to be in this environment. And for us, it's fun to win in this building, because last time we were here, we had a tough one with Syracuse.
Coach, thank you very much.
You.
It's 9:01. Both locker rooms open for a few more minutes. Iowa till 9:07. Indiana till 9.